Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I hope everyone's doing incredibly well. I am on tonight to share a reading around the divine feminines. You guys have caused quite the uproar in your masculine's life. They're being watched by a lot of people in their own community. Okay. You're being watched by their people, divine feminine. But I feel like that's all right because many of the divine feminines have you guys are owning it. You're owning yourselves. You're owning the journey. A lot of you aren't making apologies anymore for the way that you feel about your divine masculines, about the fact that you guys have stepped on some type of spiritual journey, twin flame, soulmate, divine connection, whatever you want to call it. All you know is that it's real, right? Whatever you're experiencing, it was real. It is real. Okay? And a lot of you didn't back down. Instead, you chose to give your masculines all the space in the world to run. And now I feel like the major message here is they're running right back to you, divine feminines. Now, if you guys are readers in the community, I am getting messages around karmic partners trying to distort your image, make fun of you, really run their mouth about your faith, your spirituality, who you are. They may not even have a lot of correct information, but they've exposed you to a lot of people in the divine masculine's life. But the thing is, though, is if you guys do have a social media platform where you guys are reading your tarot, or you might be digging into esoteric subjects or the occult, and you're trying to expose what's hidden in plain sight, what ended up happening is that the same people that a lot of these karmic partners have tried to expose you to, these same people are learning from you, divine feminine, right? And that's why that had to happen, for a lot of you wondering, like, why did you feel so spiritually attacked, or why did you feel so watched? That had to happen. And I feel like many of you are unaware that there's a lot of people in your divine masculine's life who are now taking your guidance. They are living by your wisdom. And I feel like whoever tried to tarnish your image, they're now feeling really embarrassed. Okay. Let's go ahead and find out how your divine masculine is doing at this time. Okay. So when your masculine thinks about this whole twin flame thing between you two, the connection, like, what type of transformations are they going through right now, universe? Please help to guide us, deliver the most positive messages, deliver messages for whoever tapped into the reading for whatever reason, based off of the title. Give them some magic, give them some validation of their own intuition, kindly. Please and thank you, and kindly, universe. Okay, so let's go ahead and reveal the cards. We've got our King of Swords, our King of Cups, our Ace of Cups, and the Wheel card. Okay, so the major arcana here would be the Wheel card. So major transformations happening for many of the divine masculine, and also, again, people in their lives find themselves going on a spiritual path of their own. Many divine feminines are planting seeds through their tarot readings. You're planting seeds in people's consciousness, and you're affecting the way that they are doing things in their life. Instead of working to attract more karma on the wheel, you're helping them to turn the wheel in order to attract a new type of karma, or to start creating new familial patterns. So patterns within their own family, their lineage, their generations to come, implanting more of a gentle approach to life, having like a positive outlook, a positive mindset, helping our children as well, having a gentle approach with children, having a gentle approach to overall relationships. Many feminines are teaching through their tarot readings, specifically to the people that are watching you. You're teaching them how to love themselves and how to embody the awakening. Don't shy away from it, and do not be a weakling on this awakening journey. Many of you are teaching people to embody strength, and that when you find yourself, burning, you will rise. After the ashes have laid themselves on the ground, you guys will rise again. And so many people who are watching you are learning to overcome adversity, Divine Feminine. Okay, and I feel like because we were asking about your Divine Masculine, this has to do with many of your masculines going through this process as well. If many of you are in separation, don't think for a second that they don't watch you, that they can't tap into your energy, that they don't feel when you're having a hard time, that they don't feel the spiritual insights that you feel. They get this through dreams, through epiphanies. The wind might blow a certain way and they might get a smell, and all of a sudden that smell makes them think of you. That's Spirit's way of intervening to keep the connection between you two at the top of your priority list. Okay, the reason that you two keep attracting each other back and forth, and this has a lot to do with the feminines as well. Many of your masculines are racking their brains trying to figure out why they can't seem to leave you alone, Divine Feminine. I feel like many masculines with this wheel card here have push and pull. They've walked away from you. They've told you, listen, I don't want you. I just want to be your friend. I don't want this. You're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about when you say you feel this way towards me. These are the same masculines that are coming back into your life 6 months, 8 months down the road to say, what's up? I miss you. I need to connect with you. They're going through this transformation, okay? You bring out the King of Swords and the King of Cups within them, and this tells me that they're on their way to becoming an emperor, because we have two kings appearing in this reading here, and it's also paired with the Ace of Cups here. And I feel like what's initiating this king energy, what's making your masculine go in search of divine knowledge, higher knowledge about this connection, is the fact that they're obviously in love. They've never felt this kind of connection with anybody else. The physical connection between you two is very sexual. It's very intense. It makes me think of the song Dangerously in Love by Beyonce. If you guys listen to it, I feel like that's your masculine speaking. Like they're dangerously in love with you. Many of your masculines as well. It's funny that this comes up, because I was actually listening to a YouTube short of Joe Rogan the other day, and he was talking about post-nut syndrome, and I started cracking up because they were talking about how men usually need to come in order to figure out whether or not they like you or they love you or whatever the case is. And I just thought for him to say that was just such a beautiful masculine thing to say. I don't know, guys, Google it, post-nut syndrome. It made me crack up, but it kind of confirms to a lot of what I've been saying with the sexual chemistry between twin flames, is that a lot of the times the masculines can come off so strong sexually, usually at the beginning of your connection. It's because that is their way of expressing their love towards you. A lot of you have questions as to why it is the sexual chemistry is so intense, and that's why I made it a point to put sexual readings in my playlist. And if you guys ever want to connect for a session where it's a sexual reading, hit me up on Wizio.com, guys. I would love to connect with you for a personal session. But again, the sexuality is a big part of it for many of the masculines. And whether you've had sex with your masculine or not, like just thinking about you and having an orgasm gives them that feeling of, oh yeah, that's the one. Okay, so some of you may not have even been intimate with your masculines, but just hearing your voice, or maybe you guys might have had some naughty time over like FaceTime, or like, I don't know, text messaging or sexting, or whatever the kids are doing these days. And yeah, you brought him to orgasm, and he was like, yep, that's the one. I love that one. They want you to know through this king energy that they're taking accountability and responsibility for themselves. They're starting to realize that whatever situations that they're in that appears as though it's an obstacle, or it's stopping them from embodying true love or just having this experience that they want. Like, I'm feeling like a lot of masculines, as cliche as it sounds, They're like, you know what? Like, be a fucking man. Like, if you want that woman, go after that woman. Like, who cares about what mommy and daddy says? Who cares about what your friends and family have to say, right? Be a man. If that's what you want and you're capable of having it, nobody should question you. You go after what it is you want, and people should respect that. And you should be able to command respect from others, I feel, is the King of Swords. But then we have the softer side of the king showing up, which is the King of Cups. In reverse too, I feel like the King of Cups, they're not all that soft, right? Like, they can be very cutting when it comes to emotions, and they really can hurt you if they want to. And that is any page, knight, or king of cups, right? Any reverse to our emotions is someone who can deeply affect you and hurt you and cut you deeply. But what I'm getting with this masculine here is he's starting to understand and realize, like, the connection between you two, it's different, and you're very different, divine feminine, okay? And I feel like the card slipped out of my hand like that, because it's like almost like the divine feminine's like, whoa, don't put me up close to the camera, like, I don't want to be seen like that. Many of you are introverted, and you kind of keep to yourself, and it's not because you're hoity-toity or you're pompous or anything like that. It's because many of you you're empaths and you're intuitives and you're spiritual warriors, and you have to be so careful of your energy with other people. And that's something that your masculine has had a hard time with understanding in the past, is that as much as he loves you, you are just so different than everybody else around him. You're so mysterious, and you don't want to be seen. I feel like many of you don't need like that clout. Like, a lot of you in this energy here, I mean, you don't need to show off your skin or your body. It's your energy that's attractive. And I feel like many of you in this feminine energy who knows that your energy can be very sexual and sensual, a lot of you are like, shit, yo, I need to fucking dress modest as fuck, bro, when I go out in public, because you guys just know, like, the minute you start showing skin, or you start dolling up yourself, like, that paired with the energy coming from you is like you're a man eater, and that's intimidating. And that's why a lot of you in the divine feminine energy, you like to downplay your looks and stuff, dress up in baggy clothes, or you like to have that modest woman approach where you dress from like neck to toes type thing, right? It's because the energy that you have behind you is so spiritual that it's like you recognize the power of the woman within you. And this speaks volumes for those of you who are going through this transformation right now, where you are becoming the modest woman because you're starting to understand your feminine energy. And the only person who gets to see you like this is your masculine. Right? Many of you don't dress to show skin in public because you don't wish to get that intimate with anybody else but your masculine, right? So, there's a lot going on right now in terms of where the masculines are at and where the feminines are at. There's a lot of deep transformation. I've shared on my Patreon a bunch of times too that I've been going to a Mother Kali temple. My gorgeous aunt and my mom. My aunt has been going for a while, my uncle's wife, and slowly it's kind of trickled down into the women in our family with starting to get back in touch with, our practice here. And I feel like if you're a divine feminine and you're tuned in, your connection with Mother God is very important at this time to help you guys move through this energy here, okay? And continue to expand on your intuitive gifts. Because your masculine, they are right behind you. The transformation is happening with them, but it's happening more rapidly than it did with you during your process, divine feminine. I feel like it might have taken years to connect with your masculine, but now that he is in his truth, it's happening by like the days that go by. All right. I love you guys. Take care. I hope you've enjoyed. Again, hit me up on Patreon. I'd love to chat with you guys one-on-one if you're down for that. Otherwise, personal sessions, I'm over at Wizio.com. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Protect your energy. Light incense, burn candles. Make sure you write stuff down that you're wanting to attract, and burn that piece of paper Okay, let your mindset be all about what it is you guys want to experience. Okay, the things that you desire right now, because the energy is moving very quickly right now. All right, I love you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, bye guys.